is cruel. Oh, there we go. Let's go back to the Termex, yeah. And now, of course, we need to get to the place again. So if I go in quick memo and get down here and take this one. Actually, I guess we would only need, I guess at some point I'll probably be better. Like, it's good practice in regards of the commands as well, in regards of going, doing these things, getting used to some of the commands, just so that's a plus, I think, in regards to this. So you have the MNT, okay, and let's just I don't know, I wonder if it actually is from the last time. No, it doesn't. Oh, maybe it is. 56 audio form. YouTube download playlist item 56 X audio form. I think that's the one. Let's try it out. And I'm just going to download in the standard folder TS Romanism and not the other one that I made in the last video. So it's going to download the video again. Again, that's the problem. My battery went out. Apparently some of the file was already downloaded, and it resumes the file. I don't know if there's any way of actually having it to retry, if it lose connection, if you can make it, retry every 5 minutes or every minute or whatever, if to get the, or maybe after 10 seconds or something like that, that would be nice if you could. I'm not sure you can. I guess they might already have been thinking about that, those that are programmed but again, I don't know everything and everything you can do with the program. But I'll learn as time goes. So as you can see, it's nearly on 100%. And when it's done, it should begin to convert it into an MP3 file. And here we have download 53 megabytes, 0.7. I guess that would be equivalent to the file that we have. Let's see here. I should use the command prompts, I guess, to it, but just a little easier here. Little slow. Actually, my mobile is... Oh, no. Why it's making this? Sometimes this program, I'm not sure why. I never had the problem in the other file manager, but apparently this file manager sometimes have this way of not actually, showing all the things that it should. And then you just, let's see if it doesn't show the SD card either. It's just one of these, I don't know why it does it. One folder, that's not true, Why is it not showing the rest? I don't know. There we go. Let's get to TS Romanism. And the HHH folder is the one that is stopped. And you can see part and UTDL as well. It's a small file. Okay, I guess this must be some data that it uses. And here we have the VEPM 53.7. So that fits with this file as well. So it's only the sound file it actually has downloaded here. So it downloads the sound file, it seems, doesn't download the video file. That's great. And then then it begins to make it into an MP3 file. And that's, MPG. And that's, oh yeah, did I tell you to actually, when you have done all these things in regards of these things, you also need to install FFmpeg as well, as far as I know, to do the process of changing it into an MP3 file. So let's see here. So I think it actually should be done now already. That was quick actually, if it's done. No, it's still going, it seems. It's only 4.5 megabytes. That shouldn't be the file. So I guess it's still ongoing. It hasn't deleted the other file either, so you can see the one file here, and then you can see the other file here. I'm not sure why. This is the F251 and the other one is whatever. But I can actually, write and all that, but it doesn't seem like it's done, so I do wonder if it actually... No, it should be growing, this file. Okay, let's see. Oh, maybe I haven't updated this. Maybe it's just need to update it. Let's try. Oh, it's 14.25 megabytes now. So it's still growing. I think it would be around 30 megabytes when it's done. So it's a little smaller than the 53 megabytes. And of course, when you download 181, it takes a little time, And the problem is when the mobile is off in regards of power and all that, and you would need to restart the whole thing and all that. But if you're going to download it like before going to bed or something like that, and just set it, to start, but of course sometimes you want to have something going when you're going to sleep, in regards of a book or something like, or a sound book or something like that. Tom Friess is really good in regards of Protestant history, by the way, and he has read different books. Of course, I don't agree with everything that he says, but he has some really good gold nuggets, reading these Protestant books. And, he's reading these Protestant books because he wants to show that what he believes is not something that he only believed, That was all the Protestants, that believed these things in the past. But now, in our days, no one knows. No one knows anything. We have been, the truth has been taken away from us in regards of history. We don't know real history. So, in regards of history of Romanism, is one of the books that Tom Friess is going by, and to find out who the Antichrist is and who Jesus is and all that. I think that these two questions are the two most important questions in life, because if you know who Jesus Christ is, and you know who the Antichrist is, well, you won't be deceived by the Antichrist. The problem is, if you don't know who the Antichrist is, you might actually be deceived by this wicked system, because it makes it out to be Christian, which it is not. And that's why it's important to know who the Antichrist really is, because he has been here for a long, long time. And the Protestants knew because they protested against him. Anyway, let's see here, 23 megabytes, and it actually seems to have deleted it, so that's actually pretty good, that's from 53 megabytes to 23. Let's see if it's actually done here. Yeah, so FFmpeg, destination Tom Friess, the history of Romanism. Deleting original file, Tom Friess, History of Romanism, VEPM. So that's actually pretty good, I don't know why, this is a VEPM file. The M4A file seems to be better to play. I don't know why it would be a different file in regards to the sound file. I have a lot of these M4A files where what is it called? What's it called? Demux. Is it Demux they're called? Where you take a file apart, and I used FFmpeg, but that was on my computer a long time ago, where I had a guy on the internet making music in regards to the Psalms, and it was freely available and all that. And sadly, he went Roman Catholic, sadly, but there wasn't any Roman Catholic material in his Psalms as far as I could see or hear. He kept to the Psalms of the book of Psalms, so that's pretty good. So it says download finished, download playlist, the history of Romanism review by Tom Friess. So it downloads the files and deletes the old, and as you can see, it's like 30 megabytes that goes from the VEPM to the MP3 file, and the MP3 file is pretty good quality. There's nothing wrong with the quality of that MP3 file. I could probably lower it without any, without being able to actually hear any difference. So 5 I think is pretty good. I've tried 0, and then you get a bigger file, a lot bigger file actually. And when you have 181 and you don't have that much space, I think 5 is pretty good. So that worked pretty good, downloading the files and all that. And I have 54, and as you can see, most of these files are like 23 megabytes. I haven't done in regards of a check how much kilobyte and all that. I'm not sure if I have any programs that can do this on this. But if I run it in Winamp, for example, or whatever, or Fubar, I should be able to see what the data is in regards of it. Edit, snow, hide, properties maybe. I'm not sure. Let's see what it gives me. No, it's not really giving me anything. Root, everybody, permission, checksum, and all that. So I would need to get it over to my computer probably to get more details, or have another program or whatever. Let's delete these two. Confirm. And then pretty much, this one as well. I was really, that's an M4A file and not the other format. There we go. And part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. And actually in part 7, I think. But anyway, let's see here. We have part 54. This is probably, this can probably resume. This one, I would need to tell it to skip that if that's a problem. See here, throw that out. Okay, so I need to have it skip 56, and I need to continue from 54. From 55 actually. Not sure if I can do that. If I can tell it to skip, I should be able to. Okay, so 55. And then I need to tell it to skip a file. I need to skip 56. So how do I do that? Playlist start 55. Yeah. And do I have new session and YouTube? And you can actually do this, and then like this, help. So let's find the help file here. And waiting, there we go. Can we skip a file in the playlist? I think we can, but the question is how? No. Skip file, sleep interval, BD workaround. No. Oh, skip. Download, do not download the video. Nah. Can I? Does it give me like 15 skip download? No. It should be possible, but again, no playlist. Yes, playlist. Match filter. No. Playlist item specific. Okay, that was in regards of playlist item specific. Specify indices of videos and playlists. Couldn't I just skip one or something like that? Or maybe, okay, playlist items 1, 2, 5, 8. If you want to download videos, index 1, 2, 5, 8. In the playlist, you can specify a range. Playlist items 1, okay, it will download the videos at index. But can I just tell it to skip one file? because I guess it would just download it again, and I don't know actually if it actually will. I think it will. I think it will download it again because I don't think it will actually see the file. If I could get it to skip playlist items specific. Isn't that like start number, end number? To start at default is 1, playlist number. I guess, okay, I guess one could actually just, if I say 55 and then make a comma like this. Let's try this. Apparently, okay, yep, there we go. So if I say copy that and go into my quick memo, and okay, so I have 50, didn't I have 55 here? Playlist start 55, but if I look like this, of course the problem again with this, I love the black thing and all that, but I'm just getting so annoyed of actually ending up needing to do this all the time. So I guess I might actually go back to white, but I really like the idea of, it's like a, black with white. It's wonderful. Okay, so what we need is, okay, and we had 65 download or something like that. Okay, let's see here. So we have 56, okay, 56. So 56. Uh-oh, now I deleted it all. Uh-oh. Playlist. I can't go further back. Okay. Okay, 50, 55. And then from 57 to, I guess, 181. There we go. So playlist items 55, and okay, let's do this. I have no idea if this is going to work, but let's try it out. And I think it's 181 there is in regards to that. It's probably not going to download all of them anyway, but before it breaks down or something like that. But let's try again and paste. Let's see if this is correct. So YouTube DLX audio format MP3 audio quality 5. Let's see, downloading one of 120 corrupt, restarting. Okay, apparently it was corrupt, so it's restarting something. Okay, restarting the file, but which file is it restarting? That's a good question. But apparently it was corrupt, so it couldn't actually go along with the 55. But I guess it's actually downloading the 55 now. So we'll have to see if it actually. So we had 54 is downloaded. It needs 55. We already have 56. So it should skip the 57. Also 56. Sorry. That we downloaded to, so. And it goes and it goes and it goes. And again, it's only one process, so it shouldn't slow the mobile down much, Again, the other program, Videoda, can run, it usually runs 2 downloads at the same time. And then also in regards of fixing them together and all that. So you have multiple processes running. And you can actually set multiple processes, how many you want and so forth. But it can really tear down on the mobile. Okay. Anyway, Lebram first run and so forward. Yom Kippur, my Jewish learning. And of course I'm recording now, and the recording of course makes it slower. So that's just how it is. Kabbalat, Shabbat live. Okay, I guess that doesn't matter. Atonement. What is this? Facebook. Well, I also had some in regards of YouTube. I need to check out at some point. I really need to get away from this YouTube. I guess, yeah, that's... DuckDuckGo takes some time to load. It all takes time to load when I'm chronic fatigue. Okay, that was in regards of sicknesses. Trying to figure out things and all that. It's complicated. Chronic fatigue. Chronic fatigue syndrome, symptoms and causes is a complicated disorder characterized by extreme fatigue. Oh yeah, let's look up the copy and get to my favorite program for that, which have destroyed that beautiful icon, which was just the best icon I had on the mobile of any application. But of course, of Google crazy, temporal loss of strength and energy. Okay, yeah. So fibromyalgia, chronic. So that would be chronic. Of course, chronic is, yeah, we can look that up as well. The only problem with the program is that it doesn't have a longer history of, and I have really no idea why they wouldn't be putting, you know, a longer list of words, you know, like, see here, if I can go back here, no, back, it's like recent. You only have 100 words, you know? And it's like, if you're looking at something and you want to relook on some of the words and all that, you know, I think 100 is too little to, you know, to remember. Apparently I can also make bookmarks. Papistry, papistical, papistic, papist, pubisly, papacy. Some good words. That we don't know much about in our days because we don't know who the Antichrist is. Actually, people are running back to the Antichrist. So here we have some in regards of Candida. Some of these things that is said to kill Candida, which I think I have an infection of fungus in my whole body, which the doctors have not been able to diagnose. So I have this condition for 17 years, yeah. But I can see that I'm not the only one having issues, so that doctors cannot, you know, those white coats cannot figure out. Anyway, so it depends on food and on not feeding the fungus and all that. So I'm reading a little on this again, you know, all over these many years. I've relooked and tried to find out things to figure out how to cure it, but not really been able. So, and now I've found out something, you know, I'm pretty certain that I have fungus. I can't see any other, you know, what it could be, you know, and all, you know, eating sugar, just, you know, just the worst thing that one can do. It's just, it loves sugar, but it's like, it's not so visible. It's like a hidden sickness. It just seems to have infiltrated my whole body. Any case, that's just how it is sometimes in life, I guess. Let's see how long we are in regards of Termux. So we have downloaded the file, 81.95 megabytes, and now FFmpeg is doing its thing. Now it would have been nice if you could see like a thing, like when it's installing, it usually comes with like, I'm not sure why they couldn't make this for the, you know, to see how long it actually is in the process. Or maybe you can fix it, I'm not sure, with a command or something like that. Apparently you can do a lot of things with these commands. And we need to update it. And let's see how long it has come. Well, it is in regards of 55. Oh, it is actually fixing 55 at the moment. Great. So after 55, you can see the MP3 file here, which is it is creating at the moment, and it will go from nearly 82 megabytes to, you know, I would guess around 20 megabytes again, something like that, 20 something. We'll have to see. And that's a pretty good amount, you know, overall. Let's see if it's still ongoing with it. And then the next file, it should skip this 56. That was what we commanded it to, hopefully. That it skips the 56 because that's already made. I guess one of the ways to actually see if the program has been done is if it actually has removed the VEPM file, then it should have been, you know, then it should have been done with the MP3 file. Not sure what happens if I just start up a file that hasn't finished, you know, if it can actually run the file or what, or if it will tell us if it's broken or something like that. I don't know. Still waiting. Let's see, update this thing and see. Okay, it's 14.75 megabytes. But in any case, I think it's a very interesting program. There's probably more programs that are interesting that you can use in the. Oh yeah, you can. Oh, you look at this. This is awesome. This is awesome. Like making a new session. If you install, you need to install it, but after you install it, you can actually run this. I think it's just cool. You can see the CPU is actually being used pretty heavy at the moment. And that's probably because it's converting it to an MP3, and that takes, that takes a lot of resources. You can see the memory, you can see the swap file. Apparently it has a swap file. It doesndo have all the tasks and all that, but I still think it's pretty cool. And I guess in regards of, what do you call it? What is it called, this phone? In regards to the other phone that is coming out with Linux, it will actually probably be able to just look into all of these things, you know, because it's Linux and it's open and all that. And how cool could that, be on a mobile phone, you know? What's it called? Librem 5. You know, I would think that Librem 5, actually, maybe we have that would be so cool. Let's see here. Librem 5. There's pretty much two choices that I could take in regards of a mobile in the future. Oh no, that should have gone on. Either the Librem 5 or one of these mobiles that you can fix out, you know, to a bigger screen. That would be awesome in regards of Bible programs, I think, you know. But again, you know, the battery and all that. Let's see here. Paste. And that's the same with YouTube tries to get you to see something, you know, and it's like, you know, you don't really want these things, and it's still, you know, it tries to catches you to. It's also interesting in regards to the occult, how it actually tries to get you to watch these guys, which are totally, you know, just into New Age, satanic stuff and all that. You know, I know it from my days into. I would have thought that they had, you know, Librem stuff and whatnot. I would have thought that they actually had a video in regards of running HTOP. That would be so awesome to see. Anyway, I guess when people begins to get this phone, this Librem 5 phone, that we will see interesting things, like running real Linux on a mobile phone. You know, how awesome is that? You know, it's just awesome. I think it's awesome. I think it's amazing. It will be so incredible. So there's pretty much two choices I can see in regards to those flip phones or whatever, where you can make it like into a tablet nearly. You know, that seems pretty interesting. You know, having more space for Bible applications and all that, I could see that would be interesting, you know. but it's still Google and it's still in a jail, and you won't be allowed to record phone calls and all that, because from Android 9 you're not allowed to record calls because they closed that feature. Yet another thing they closed down. So you don't. So that's, I'm tired of Android. I'm tired of Google. I'm tired of all this bloatware and all these ads and so forward. So again, I'm really looking at the Librem phone, the Librem 5 phone, and but I think it's cool. Again, I'm still really newbie in regards of Linux and all that, but it's kind of interesting to toy around with some of the things. I just wish I would have grown up with Linux. I really wish that it would have been amazing to try out and to get used to, and to be forced to do some commandments. And but anyway, I guess oh, no. Let's see if we can. There we go. Can go over to. There we go. And of course, hopefully it skipped the file. So it should be finished with the file that we looked at. Let's see here. So the VPM, it should have deleted, which, yeah. Let's see here. Yep. I got a little bigger, 35 megabytes. I guess I was thinking it might actually become a little bigger than the others, because it was itself a little bigger than the others, it seems. Anyway, I'm not sure why it would actually be. Maybe the program is a little longer or something like that, or I don't know. But as we can see, it skipped the 56 and went on to 57. So it seems like it works. That's pretty cool. I think, let's see, 29 minutes ago, yeah. This file is older than this one, and this is 55, and this is 56. Hopefully I got all of it downloaded in regards of 56. We can try opening it up, let's see, there we go. See if the end is there.
Can we identify history and problems?
And then commitment. You must come to the rescue of the Pope.
It seems it's pretty good. Let's go to history. And it's 56, and this is number 5. I thought that was number 6. No, 7. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I think maybe it was.
As established by the apostles in the early churches, were necessary the services. Okay. Now, when these synods, according to the Greek model, and the councils, according to the Latin model,
yep.
AmendRadio.com.
Yeah, that's. I need to re-listen to that again. I've already heard it twice, but there's a lot of details, and so in any case, yeah. And he's talking about history in regards of Romanism and all that, and there's a lot of goodies in regards of what was going on in Christian history, which we have no idea of in our days. And now that the Christians are returning to the Antichrist, and no one is talking about who the Antichrist is anymore, like those Protestants that once knew it secondhand nature in some sense, or all the Protestants knew about it. But now the Protestants don't know about it because no one speaks about it. It's interesting, right? Now actually they're returning to the Antichrist. It's very sad. It's actually very, very sad. It's very wicked. And how can you be a Protestant if you don't protest the Antichrist? Well, I guess you can't. Of course, you're not a Protestant anymore then. So That's the whole idea with being a Protestant, that you protest. Well, who do you protest? Well, you protest the Antichrist. Oh, yeah. Anyway, it looks pretty good. I guess this YTDL file might be in regards to some data in regards to the program itself, I guess. And this is what it has downloaded in regards to the part file, I guess. So I would guess that would be some information for it to actually be able to, do whatever, whatever it needs of things in regards to this file, and also to reconnect, read down, start from the same place and all that, which apparently doesn't always work, but I have had it working where I just, started from the place where it was. I don't know in regards to the things that is behind the names. There's probably a way to actually turn that off. I guess it's from the YouTube link or something like that. I guess it helps you if you want to find it quickly on YouTube or something like that. It might be, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure about that. So, but as you can see, the program works pretty good. And now it's changing, it's fixing the file to an MP3 file. And again, if I just update this one, we should be able to see it again, making an MP3 file. There we go. So it's 53 megabytes, so that should be closer to 20 megabytes this time, The other one was 30 megabytes bigger, so. And of course, as time goes, the more space we get for mobiles and computers and all that, the closer we get to just having FLAC quality. That would be nice. Of course, it would just be nice if they just used one single format for videos, like MP3, There's not much difference as far as I can see from MP3 to many of the other formats they make. Or OGG, just use one single. But if the MP3 file format was the first and it's the most popular, I'm not sure if you actually need to pay for actually using it. So maybe OGG would have been better, but again, it's hard to find players that actually supports OGG. But of course, OGG is open source and it's said to be actually a little better than MP3. It has probably not much in any case, but the thing is, if we just had an open standard, that would be great. Again, the problem is that not all players can play OGG, which is very interesting because OGG is an open format. It's as I understand it, it doesn't cost any money for making a player actually supporting OGG, and yet you don't have that, you can still run into issues with players that don't support this format, or supporting the FLAC format, which is also open source, open format and all that. Why would these players not support what is opened, what is freely available, which doesn't have anyway, just sad. So there's, this is one of the things one have to be aware when you buy something new and all that. Can it actually play the things that you want it to play? Because instead of MP3, I would love to, have a format that actually was freely available and all that, and was, like OGG. But the thing is it called OGG? I think it's called OGG anyway. Being a free format, But, when you have problems in regards to the players playing it, like I think my MP3 player I have over, for swimming, for example, don't support OGG. So I need to have MP3, and of course the MP3 was the first format, so everybody seems to know that as well. But see, OGG, free game, OGG, yeah, OGG. Yeah, Vorbis, we call it Vorbis as well. You can also convert the files into Vorbis files, by the way, with the program as well. But again, the problem is, with the OGG files is that, the players need to play it, right? And if they don't support it, that's a problem. And then you need to fix it to another format, if And yeah, then it's just easier to just fix it in MP3. But it would be nice if those video files just did it in MP3. You wouldn't need to what's it called? I can't even remember what it's called, but you wouldn't need to fix one format to another format and all that. It's actually in some sense waste of time. If they just used MP3 or OGG, each one of them, to fix the sound, and that all players could just, play it, it's just, here we have another one being downloaded now, but it seems it pretty much worked, and there we go. So we have 55, 56, and 57. As you can see, this one is older, 56, so it worked. It's continuing to download and all that, while it skipped the file that I wanted to skip. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Just worked. And again, as you can see, no advertising, nothing running, just running in the terminal. I wonder if one can make actually scripts for the, probably, but again, I'm not so techie in regards to these things. So I deleted 2 of the applications and just have that now. Now again, of course, it will, I will do some more, I will be needing to do some more steps. But again, practicing in regards to the terminal, that's a plus, to get some more, to get used to the terminal, using the terminal, that, that's a plus, it's not a negative thing. It might take a little longer to get things and all that, this and that. But, on the plus side, I will get used to the terminal a little more and get used to going, backward and forward in the folders and all that. I do have Linux cheat sheet as well. I haven't used it much, but that's like in regards of compression of files, file commands. Here we have list all formatted directory listing with hidden files. View a text file one screen at a time, apparently less text file. So that's different. Oh, here we have the PWD, show current directory name. So here, cd and make dir and remove file, and all these commands are pretty much, it's not stuck in my, it's absolutely not stuck in my head. So here we have copy from one place to another place, or move it, or create a symbolic link, or touch, or cat, or more, or hit, or tail, or whatever, Secure shell, I have no idea. A lot of these things I have just no idea. File transfer, launch FTP client. Is there FTP client in it, maybe? That would be. Let's see here if we can actually, new session, FTP maybe? Oh, so what is this? Not connected. Okay, I don't know how you would, I guess there must be some to fix. Ring bell after each command. Okay. By terminate the FTP session plus exit. Okay. So I guess you can do some things in regards of an FTP. Show status of, okay, so I can actually go in and say status. But of course it's probably off, so I'm not sure how much I will actually get out of that. Okay, status, connection addressing, no proxy connection. I guess one could set up an FTP then. Interesting, like in the old days. Package management. Boot. Reboot. Skip FSCK on reboot. Okay. Warning, okay. Well, the different things, Search for files for pattern. Search for pattern in directory. Again, a huge amount of things that I search. Okay. File permissions. Okay. When I'm sitting and reading some of these tutorials and, I'm sitting there and just following the tutorial, but I'm, many times I'm just like, what am I actually doing? uname in regards to show kernel information. Uname, like, let's see. Uname. Maybe I can't do it in this mode in regards to the FTP thing, but let's try. No, it's invalid command. And then I'm not sure. Can I actually exit the FTP just by writing exit? Maybe. Nope. I do wonder how I can actually get out of that. Nope. No. Anyway, I can just open a new session and I can uname. And let's see, Linux localhost 3.18.71 and so forth. Okay. Anyway, Arch 64 Android. I guess it's based on Arch then. I guess. And we have the community forum, Getter chat, IRC, Tarmox on Freenode. And okay, so okay. Here we have the manual, and here we have it downloading and now changing to MP3 file and so forward. It's pretty nice. And it's just able to run in the background. And here we have HTOP still looking at the CPUs, how much they're using. And I guess they're, it's pretty rough it gets kind of heated, yeah. Anyway, let's see here. And I guess if you go to the forum, if you go to the forum, they probably have other things that you can do, or other terminal things. I'm sure you can do a lot of cool things in the terminal. I do wonder, where am I now list? Okay, I'm in storage. That's apparently one of those that I downloaded in storage. Okay, CD ... and then it goes one down. Then you can see list. Then I'm home and user. You can see CD ... And also in regards to the building, how Linux is built, I still don't have understanding of that. I grew up with Windows, so it's, kind of, here we have cache, we have code cache, files, shared, brief, okay, CD, let's see, ... and list. Cannot open directory, permission denied, okay. So what can I actually do if it's, can I then go back to whatever I was in? That's a good question. What do I do now? Okay, I guess I can do like this, CD this, and it will get me to. Oh, by the way, no. If I could have, that could have been interesting. Maybe we can open a new session. Let's try to do that again. CD ... CD. Oh, that's actually nice. It actually comes out with some commands. Didn't really come up with a command that I actually wanted, I can see. Let's try list and see. Yep, okay. So let's see pwd and see where I am. So apparently I'm data. And I wonder where I was, if like pwd. Data com.termux files home. Okay. Okay, new session. Oh, okay. Can only have 8 apparently. I guess 8 is also pretty many to have, I guess. This is still running. And you can also name them if you push on them. And session name, downloading. Let's call it downloading. There we go. Set. Well, it's probably going to delete it anyway, but you could say man for manual, or manual, or maybe like this, manual, or is it like manual? can't even remember. I think it's like this. Anyway, might be wrong. Manuel. I think it was an E, but any case, okay. So we have H top, and here we have. Okay, so let's close this down. You can go to more, and then you can say kill process. Really kill this session. Okay. Some of the things that I really had problems with finding out to do in the beginning. But what you do is just go down here, more. You go down and push on the place where you normally would write, and you have select URL, share transcript, reset. Oh, I can also reset it. Let's try that. Terminal reset. List. Oh, and then I'm back. Okay, I think let's try to do this. I think you can actually do maybe a triple maybe. No, bash. Okay, pwt. Oh, why don't I need to do like this? No, apparently not. Okay. So let's see if we reset. Just reset it and then say list. Nope, it didn't really reset it. Reset. Terminal reset. Well, it doesn't really do it, does it? Because it's just standing the same place. But anyway, what you can do is just kill the process. I'm not in regards of style. What is that? The Termux style add-on is not installed. So apparently you can install something in regards of style. I'm not sure what that is, but it works pretty good without... and then, oh, help. I must say that might not have been the best place to actually put help, but it takes a little time to get used to how this works, Frog bin tray, the Termux wiki, apparently. Okay. Termux is an Android terminal emulator and Linux environment application that works directly with no rooting or setup required. A minimal base system is installed automatically. Additional packages are available using the apt package manager. Termux apt repositories are hosted by JFrog bin tray. How to use the app. It's funny they put it, they put the help file like a place like that, Sharing text from the terminal to other apps. Email or SMS. Okay, you can share apparently. Resetting the terminal if it gets stuck. So okay, so it's only if it gets stuck. Exiting the terminal or starting the terminal by selecting a font and a color scheme. Apparently you need to download something in regards to that. It's not really that important, I guess, if you want to fix it with interesting nonetheless. How you can install more software. Oh, let's see what we can install. Differences from Linux. There are several differences between Termux and regular Linux distribution. Okay, everything about using X Windows in Termux. Edit, write, and manipulate text and data files. Use intents and hooks to access Termux from other apps. Basic and advanced package and module management. Let's try that. Here, apt, update, package, install package name. Oh, you can actually package list. Let's try that. That'll be interesting. Let's see what they have. Uh-oh, maybe I should actually have package managers just look. That would be interesting to see what is actually there. And you can manual installation of Debian files here, apparently installing. Okay, and the thing is, many of these things, I would need to write a lot of these commands down to remember the commands, Repository installation, package, request. Okay, let's see. Go back. Let's try this. Paste. Okay, interesting. So this is what you can install apparently. It seems to be from Arch, which is like a really minimum Linux distribution as far as I understand it. Where you can build up a Linux system from, from the beginning. But as I understand it, you actually learn a lot of things in regards of Linux by doing it. But, I really haven't had, there's so many things to do. But it would be interesting to learn things, I have no idea what many of these things are. But command not found. Stable now. And it actually says if it's stable. Again, there might be some interesting programs that might be, that could do something that I would need. I'm not sure what, but there might be something. Some hex edit things. I don't know. There's a lot of different applications, that's for sure. Libby. Doesn't really say what the applications are. So again, and I don't know much about. I guess there might be maybe some games, but again, one can waste a lot of time on such things. Nano, I think, is in regards of like a writer thing to edit things and all that. I think it's a really minimalistic in regards to that. Play audio. I wonder if you can actually play. That would actually be interesting if you could play, audio from the terminal. That could be kind of cool to try that out. What was it called? Audio what? I guess it disappeared. Yeah, it pretty much. Anyway. As you can see, it worked, and that's pretty much it, Oops, going to the downloading here, and it's still continuing to download and continuing to make these files into MP3. And again, if you, want to download a full playlist, you could just set it to download and go to bed and so forward. Anyway, that's pretty much it for me.